Let's talk John Lynch. John Lynch at this end of season press conference, really, anytime there was a question asked, he seemed like he was just going through his resume. We've built all this, and teams want our
I have
players, and
Fred
that's why
Warner
we
and
were so
George Kittle.
depleted. Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty. He seemed defensive. It seemed like he needed to remind everyone of everything he's accomplished because I think everyone is sort of much more aware right now of all the things he's messed up. I mean, everyone knows that the Niners are the third best team in the NFC West, and everyone knows why. It's not because Brock's the third best quarterback. It's not because Kyle's the third best coach necessarily. I mean, those guys are right there. It's the roster. It's not what it was 2 years ago. 2 years ago, it was the best roster in football. And this now it's like, I mean, it's not even the second best roster in the division. So John Lynch, I mean, it's hard to say what he's actually responsible for, but he is the president of football operations and the general manager. I think he's ultimately responsible for the personnel. What do you think? Can he get it? This is a big offseason. Can he get it done?
No, he doesn't even know who to sign. He can't sign the right contract. They should have signed Al-Shaair years ago. He has consistently been one of the best linebackers in the league. They could have signed him and Fred and had both of them for years. We have not had a safety duo that's good under them. We have had one season of a top tier. We've had 2 seasons of top tier receivers, which was 2023 Ayuk, 2021 Debo. Other than that, that's a wash. Christian was not drafted by us. He was just traded because he was so injury prone and the Panthers wanted out of a contract with him. And then he extended him for no apparent reason. So it's like, what has he drafted besides, again, George Kittle and Fred Warner? I'm not giving him credit for Nick Bosa. We were taking Kyler Murray or Nick Bosa. Any GM in the league would have taken Kyler Murray or Nick Bosa. That's not good job. You drafted the obvious one. Like, he has not drafted well. He hasn't given good contracts. Every contract we've given has bitten us in the ass. So it's like any other GM in the league that doesn't have a Kyle Shanahan-esque coach would be fired because this roster would have broken their team.
Again, people will be like, well, Kyle's making the picks and John's just a front man. But like, that's the problem. I mean, if he's just there to talk and be Kyle's buddy and make Kyle, because whenever people ask Kyle about his relationship with John, he's like, yeah, man, we communicate so well. Like, we could be in a meeting talking about free agents, or we could be at dinner. It's going to be the same type of conversation. Like, I don't care. I don't want you to have that kind of a relationship with the general manager. Like that doesn't matter whatsoever. I mean, yeah, communication is important. You guys need to be on the same page, but you need a guy who actually knows who the good players are, who can look at the players and be like, yeah, that guy's good and that guy's not, because that's not John Lynch at all. The fact that they can't put together a competent safety duo and he's one of the best safeties of all time tells you all you need to know. He's just there because he went to Stanford and he's pretty well spoken, better than Kyle, and he dresses well and he played in the league and he's in the Hall of Fame and he brings you a certain level of like gravitas that they frankly don't need anymore. He's been there 10 years. What they need is a personnel guy, not a face guy. He's a face guy. And if you ask him to make any type of personnel decisions or opinions, they're going to be bad. We have 10 years of evidence. Yes, he got to go. Or bring in someone else to do his job and let him stay and be Kyle's buddy. If they're buddies.
Yeah, I agree. You need that really, really bad. Like, you need someone to be like, hey, Kyle, I get you like Ricky Pearsall. He's going to be there in the second round. We're going to grab Cooper DeJean. You're going to just have to trust me on this, that this is the better pick, and we won't lose Ricky Pearsall for you. And guess what? He's also better than Renardo Green, significantly, who you're targeting in the second round. So let's just flip this around and draft him in the second round. And same thing. Hey, Kyle, Mykel Williams is going to be there later on. Quite literally, he is on nobody's radar this early. If you really want, we're going to grab Walter Nolan. If you really want Mykel, we'll just trade back into the first and grab him.
Yep.
Like, you need someone that is going to just be like, listen, I get it. I like him too. He's good. You're drafting him around early. Hey, Kyle, I know you want Cam Scatterville. We're going to jump up and grab him because you don't need Nick Martin. He's going to be there in the 6th round. So we're going to go ahead and jump up and grab Cam. And we'll grab Cam later or Nick Martin later in the draft. Like, you need someone that's just going to say, hey, man, like, these are great finds, but we need to take the surefire guys as well. You can't just look for diamonds in the rough all the time.
I think it's fair to wonder and argue if John Lynch is worse than Trent Baalke was.
I
I
think he
mean,
is.
I think he's worse, dude. I like the coaching staff is pretty good, and they've found these diamonds in the rough. You've gotten some guys late, but like I'm gonna read you Trent Baalke's first round picks, and then I'm gonna read you John Lynch's. Okay, starting in 2009, Michael Crabtree. 2010, Anthony Davis and Mike Upati. So now we're 3 for 3 with like quality starters. 2011, Alden Smith. I mean, they didn't know he was going to lose his mind. He's pretty freaking good.
That's pretty much 3 for 4 of players that at some point in their career are one of the best of their positions.
I mean, Alden Smith was one of the best at his position. Yeah. 2012, AJ Jenkins, one of the worst picks in the history of picks. So we'll say 4 for 5. 2013, Eric Reed. He was a good starter for a few years. 2014, Jimmy Ward, still in the league. Hell of a player. 2015, Eric Armstead, still in the league. 2016, DeForest Buckner. Like, he didn't miss. He was getting players who were having 10-year careers as quality starters. Here's John Lynch's resume. Solomon Thomas and Reuben Foster.
Good God.
Mike McGlinchey. Nick Bosa. Javon Kinlaw. Brandon Ayuk. Trey Lance. Ricky Pearsall and Michael Williams. That's as bad as it gets, man.
Yeah.
If you're going to change anything, if you're going to change one thing, it's got to be the GM.
I feel like you kind of have to. Like, he is not, and here's the thing, right, is people can't have their cake and eat it too. Either is Kyle making the picks? Yes. Okay, then John gets zero credit for Kittle, Fred, and Nick because he gets none. Because you just said Kyle made the picks. So if Kyle's made the picks, then you need to let John actually make the picks so that we can actually see what he can do at his job. Or B, John is making the picks and he needs to get fired because these are some awful picks. Yes. Like, it's one of two roads. Something has to change in the draft room. Either Kyle needs to stop having as heavy as a sway where John Lynch could go, yeah, we like him, but dude, it's a little early to draft that. Or B, John Lynch has to stop being our GM because he is very bad at it.
They got to bring in someone, a personnel guy. And it's not like, hey, promote John Lynch to whatever and then promote Tariq Ahmad. No.
From Philly or LA.
Or Seattle or wherever. But you have to humble yourself and be like, there are better front offices out there. Our front office is the weakest part of our organization other than maybe strength and conditioning and the substation. Like, we got to go.
Front office. I would probably say they're around bottom 10.
But like that means humbling yourself. And the Niners are not humble. Like, they think they got the whole program figured out. And so to bring in someone from Seattle who would tell Kyle, like, hey, this is how you used to do things, but here's how we're going to do it now. I just can't imagine. And that's why I think they're going to hire Gus Bradley, because bringing in a new defensive coordinator like Raheem Morris or Jim Schwartz, he would want to blitz and stuff. They would want to do different things, play man coverage. And Kyle would be like, I'm a control freak. We don't do that here. So I'm just saying.
And I think, John Lynch is on the back foot because he's like, oh, yeah, we're looking into the substation. It's like, dude, it's not the substation, bro. You suck at drafting. Like, he sucks at drafting. Like, I guarantee you this year there will be some surefire guy that falls into our lap, even though they're saying they'll be aggressive, so we probably won't have a pick. But there'll probably be a guy where it's like, oh, this is such an obvious pick. And then they'll pick some random dude out of Rutgers or SJSU, and you'll be like, why? He would have been there next round. And then it's going to be some really good player behind us that gets drafted by someone. And we're going to sit there like, yeah, I mean, we could have had him, but.
Arturo says, hot take, Brock is Jimmy G before the torn ACL. Also still bothered by the Rocca take on Jake
Cohn just sucks, man. He sucks. He is not good. He is not good. He can catch. That's it.
You shut your mouth. You shut your mouth. Big C Zabo's new member. Thank you very much. All day, every day. Kim says, is Brock the right quarterback to carry this franchise?
Nobody thinks he can. Nobody does. That's why they're saying we need to get a new offensive line. We need weapons. No one thinks he can carry anybody.
We're going to talk about Brock in a minute. Mr. Fish and Chips, OBE, been a member for 21 months. Thank you very much, Mr. Fish and Chips. Before we get to Brock,